Hello everyone and welcome back to another Train Sim World 2 video. You join us at Faversham. Yes, we've done obviously the other rail tour service before going the other way. But I thought we haven't done the other one on South Eastern High Speed going back the other way. So I thought we'd do that today in the Class 31 as well. The Ticky train ticking along. The tickety one. But yeah, we're just loading up the passengers, then we will be off. We've got to wait 40 odd seconds. We've got the green already. I don't know why it's saying we've got a red. I think for some reason it's doing it from the back of the train. Yeah, that would probably make sense, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, how's everyone today? Hopefully everyone's all well. But yeah, we're going to take this as far as Gravesend. I think the last one was about 40 minutes. So yeah, be about 40 minutes. Quite a long one today. But anyway, let's get the doors shut as well. It's 15 seconds to go by the time we get all the brakes off and all. Let's get them off. Well, get them closed as well. We should be able to get going. Let's get that off. And the first station stop is Gillingham. So quite some distance to the next stop. Yeah, 16 miles, and we're supposed to arrive there in about 20 minutes. So yeah, quite a distance. But anyway, off we go. Surprised to see there's not actually any other trains here at the moment. When is the next one out of here? I think these are the ones to London Victoria, aren't they? 14:36, so there's probably one just ahead then. Off we go, lovely station, Faversham, obviously 2 island platforms. Cool. Right, slowly making our way out, we've got the 60 limit there. It's quite, yeah, it's quite quick this route. Obviously, top speed on the classic lines being 90 miles an hour, although we're not going to get up to 90. I think the max in this is, well, it is 90, although I've never got it up to 90, so I doubt we will get up to that speed, especially with quite a few Mark 2s on the back. We've got, what, 8? 1, 2, 3, wait, let's have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, pretty much 9, including the mail car at the back. But yeah, I do enjoy these rail tour services, and obviously looking forward to seeing if there's any on the Brighton main line. Obviously, you've got obviously one on East Coast Way. Obviously, we might actually see that one sort of integrated into the Brighton main line. Obviously, it gets to Lewes at 12:40. Well, it leaves Lewes at 12:44 on East Coast Way. So maybe it would be on the Brighton main line, say 11 o'clock at Victoria, or something, you know, nice like that to sort of connect it almost in a way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do for, you know, future routes, rail tour service wise. Obviously, it really does add a bit of variety, and so many more trains you can drive on the route. And maybe, I don't think actually any other routes have it at the moment. I wonder if in future, when we get such, you know, slightly older German stuff, I wonder if we'll get rail tour stuff on there. That would be cool, and same for the US routes as well. Right, off we go. Slowly heading up the incline here. Cool. Yeah, but the 31 is a gorgeous locomotive. A bit of a odd look to it, obviously. Bit odd, but I mean, the sounds of it and just the clag and all of that just really does make it feel. It's a monster. Sound it makes, brilliant. And obviously, yeah, if you do want to get this locomotive, you do need to own the Tees Valley line. And then you can then get this as a DLC for that, which actually does unlock a fair bit. I think you get like cement trains and all that sort of stuff, which is always nice, a bit extra. Whistleboard coming up here. Cool. 31152. What is everyone's favourite British classic locomotive to drive? What do you do? What's your ideal go-to rail tour service traction at the front? What do you prefer? Right, continuing along, and hold on a sec, blip there. Let's go and quickly do something. But yeah, we continue our journey over to Gillingham. So we're passing through actually quite a few stations actually. Tenham, Sittingbourne, Newington, Rainham, and then Gillingham. So it's quite a quick service. I can't remember where we stopped on the last one. I think on the last one we stopped at, well, this was a while ago, we did the last rail tour service. I'm trying to think back. I think we stopped at Chatham. think it was Chatham Gillingham. I think that was it. Obviously, yeah, you will find the other one. Obviously, if you look up, well, just look through the playlist, and we did the opposite service going, obviously in the class 20, obviously in the chopper. So I thought today we'd go in the 31. What is the nickname for the 31? I probably have seen it somewhere. In fact, let's look it up. What is the nickname for the class 31? It's not the Tixie machine or something like that, is it? Let's have a look. Lovely. Let's look up class 31. It's not the Crompton, is it? Class 31 nickname. Let's have a look. See what we find. It is Goyles, Peds, Toffee, Apples, or Gurglers. I mean Gurglers, yeah, I understand where that one comes from. That's it. And the last one got withdrawn in 2017, so actually not that long ago. I wonder what that worked for then. Probably in a yard somewhere. Right up to 60 miles an hour. Speed is still building up quite quickly actually, as we do now approach Tenham. And we've got to get a flyby shot going through Tenham, without a doubt. I just love when you're driving along, saying the Javelin, and then you see this big diesel train passing by with all the Mark IIs on the back. It's brilliant. It's a good idea adding rail tour services in. 65 miles an hour, so we're going a reasonable turn of speed. Cool, right, Tenham is just upcoming now. You can see the platform, so what we'll do is we will fly ahead, try and beat the train to the platform. Fly ahead, fly ahead, fly ahead. Yeah, that would do. Do the whistle borders, there was one. No, he's going to get in the way. Don't get in the way. Awesome, look at that whizzing through. Brilliant. Awesome, let's get back in the front. Going about 75 miles an hour now. It's almost actually the speed limit. And just bear in mind, this is an old class 31. As we whiz our way through the Kent countryside. See, this part of the route sort of gives me East Coastway vibes. Obviously, you know, Kent is next door to Sussex. I mean, they're not too far apart, East Coastway and South East and high speed. I mean, still 30, 40 miles away, but I mean, the scenery is fairly similar. Obviously, once we get a bit closer to sort of the Medway towns, it all completely changes. It's a completely different route. Cool. Right, we're going at 80 miles an hour now. It did say the max speed on this is 90. Put in chat or in the comments, do you think we can get up to 90? And I don't know. I feel like maybe 90 without any coaches on the back. Oh, and I better check actually. We're not going to be going on the slow line through Sittingbourne. No, because when you did the other one, for some reason it puts you in on the Bay platform here. So we were coming around this corner at about 80, and then we had to slow down to like 15 within 20 seconds. Wouldn't have been a comfortable ride for the passengers. And I see we have got a Electro Star coming up, and I think there was actually a Javelin behind that. Cool. And yeah, did anyone watch the roadmap stream, which was a couple of days ago now? They did actually release some information about the West Cornwall local route. We are going to be getting the class 150 for it, which is brilliant news. In fact, if I haven't done a video already, I probably will end up making a video on that, just to let people know. But yeah, class 150 is coming on West Cornwall, which was cool. And also another thing, thanks to Pivers who actually did inform me about this, and then I went and watched the rerun. When Rush Hour does release, you're going to have to download pretty much all of your DLC again because of the Unreal Engine upgrade. So it's going to be quite a large update, but it's going to be worth it. Right, here's Sittingbourne Station. We've got a Javelin in there. I wonder if it's going to be the Pride one or the Back Medway one. That one's the 10th anniversary one, and that one is the 10th anniversary one. Boo hoo, I wanted a different livery. I wanted either the Pride one or the Back Medway one. 90 coming up. Obviously this is the triangle, so it goes up to Sheerness, which goes up on the right. I think it's what, Kemsley Station, then it's Swell, and it's Sheerness. See, once we get a PC, I do actually have that branch line. I have this route and the branch line on there, so we will actually go up there. Maybe even do some sort of, oh, that would be cool, half the video on TSW2, and then once we get to Sittingbourne, we'll then switch over to TS and go up to Sheerness. That would be cool. Oh, maybe expect to see that then in the next month or so. Lovely. And the speed, hang on, I need to check. Is it going to bring us down on the slow line? I don't think it, no. Is that yellow coming? If it's yellow, then most likely. No, okay, we are going on the fast line. Otherwise that signal will be flashing yellow. That's good then. Oh, hello. I was enjoying the speed a bit too much. Okay. No, we were going at 70 anyway. I thought we were going about 85. But now we've we're already at 70, which is good. I just love going fast in this train, it's brilliant. Let's get another flyby shot, we got to. We really do have to. Let's go ahead to... Let's go here. Watch it go by. Look at that. Awesome. So yeah, I don't really do sort of train spotting in real life. I mean, say if I'm near a railway, I might, you know, sit there for say 10 minutes and watch trains go backwards and forth. But I mean, if one of these was coming through with Mark 2s on the back, I'd definitely, you know, go out to see it come through. But when it comes to sort of, you know, the default sort of, say for example my line is the sort of Brighton main line, which I live quite close to. You know, if it's a 377 or 700 going by, I wouldn't sort of whiz out to go and see it. But if this was coming through, I would go out to see it. Yeah, I sort of go out for the big occasions. But I still like watching trains go by. Right, let's get that on a bit. Goes up to 75. Well, it should be actually be 75 now. So slowly get that up, and the next station we'll be passing through is Rainham, which, ooh, yes, no, we're going to do that. If we're quick enough, we'll see the level crossing barriers go down, which I know a lot of people don't see because you're driving the train, and by the time you get there, they're going to be down. Because if the train barriers weren't down when you're at the level crossing, you'd probably be quite worried. I don't know if we might be a bit too late actually, and we've got a double yellow, so don't want to risk it. No, I don't want to risk that because we have got a double yellow coming up. So if that was green, I would have gone and had a look. But and obviously, if you do want to see the level crossings going down, do check the playlist out. I remember when South East and High Speed first released, I literally just made that as a video, watching the level crossing going down. It's satisfying seeing it go down in game and go up. It's brilliant. Single yellow there, so I think that means there'll be a red light just outside of Rainham. They're fairly close together, the signals here, so yeah, we do need to bring the speed down a fair bit. Obviously I ain't getting any spads today. I think the signal is just round there. I think it's just before the level crossing. I mean, usually, realistically, there's a signal just before the level crossing. So it must be just before. Only bad thing about these old locomotives is it takes so long to release the brakes. So the way I've put them on to pretty much almost max, but you can hear it. You can hear that they're still on. They're still releasing. Yeah, that sounds better. So we must be following probably a slow southeastern service, I would imagine. I think I actually have seen this service before when I was doing, you know, a javelin service. I think I did see it sort of following something. So we might be, yeah, we might be following something along. We've got double yellow now, so let's whack that back up. As we go through Rainham Station in a second, which is just round here. I love the way you still get the classic speed boards on this route as well. Obviously, I'm almost, well, quite a lot of British routes. You don't really tend to see the old speed boards. Obviously, the yellow writing and the black black poles. Yeah, you don't tend to see them, but it's nice to see them on here. I can see a 465. I can see a 465, which is an absolutely amazing DLC. The sound that things make, well, the sound that thing makes, ooh, brilliant. I got green again, so we're definitely following something. Little station, Rainham. There it is, 465. Just a 4-car unit. If you have southeastern high speed and you have enough to get the 465, it's a no-brainer. Do get it, it's amazing. It's red green there, so I'm guessing we might have to stop just outside of Gillingham. Yeah, I reckon we'll be stopping just outside Gillingham to wait for the train to do its thing. Let's have a look actually, where is the other train? I bet it's stopped at Gillingham at the moment. No, it's an Electro Star service just coming into Gillingham now. So we probably will actually have to wait for that one. It's a very busy line, you know, it's almost got a rush hour feel to it. Especially the core section. You're constantly seeing yellows and coming up to reds, especially sort of evening time, especially also at the time when the freight services and rail tour services are about. It's very busy. It's 14 trains an hour through this, no, not this section, between Gillingham and Rochester. And obviously with the rail tour service, that probably bumps it up to 15. So yeah, very busy. Lovely. Look at the yellow around there. Got to be in it. Start putting the brakes on now. I know it's going to be a yellow. Yeah, that's a yellow. Double yellow. Yeah, the signals are fairly close to each other in this section. One of the reasons why they're double yellows. Well, double aspect signalling, not single aspect. So that means the next one will be a single yellow, which I think I can see something ahead. Yellowy. Was that on our... Yeah, that's on our track. Just before Gillingham Depot. But has anyone actually realistically been on a rail tour service in real life along this route? Yeah, it's a single, and the red will probably be just before the level crossing. Lovely. Yeah, I think I just about see the red ahead. I can see something just about. It's not completely loaded in. I don't know if you can see it's on the horizon. Is that a red or... Oh, that's just loaded in now. There it is there. I thought it was a bit further back. That seems to be yellow now ahead of us. Although I want to get a bit closer just so I can see it a bit easier. Let's whack that up. What's going on? Come on, train. Listen to the sound of that thing coming up. It's coming alive. Awesome. Here's Gillingham Depot there. You've got the class 375 in there. So an 8-car service. Quite a cool depot, Gillingham, because when you want to come in, you sort of have to go into this bit here, where the 375 is, and then sort of reverse back into the shed, which is a lovely shed. Look at it over there. Lovely depot. Well, that's now green, so let's go. Cool. Yeah, so we're sort of in the Medway area now. Like, this is busy. There's a big town. All the towns are pretty much linked together, so it's pretty busy. I mean, have they actually ever considered making this area a city? I don't know. I suppose they would call it Medway. I don't know. No, because it's the River Medway, isn't it? Yeah, have they ever considered joining sort of all of these, the whole core section together to form one big town or big city? I suppose it probably already is sort of like that. Are they going over Gillingham level crossing? Lovely. There's even a sign there to prove it's Gillingham level crossing. Here's the Kent, I think it's the East Kent signalling centre here, all shiny and new. Where's that go? I've never noticed that bit of track before. Hang on a second. Don't know. Never noticed that bit before going off. Right, that seems like a good speed coming in. Let's put on that brake, that'll be easier to use coming in. Nice and slow. Got an electro star there going to Dover. And we'll be right to the end of the platform. Here's a green light at the end as well. Just wait that on the tad. Slowing down a bit too quick. Right, 375 is now off. It's very quiet at the moment, sort of. Where are all the trains? Obviously Faversham didn't really have any in, and this one hasn't got any in. Medway, are we late? Oh, we're 1 minute late. It's all good. Lovely. Motoring it up again. I'm sure the people on the platform taking photos will appreciate that. We still got the brakes, haven't we? No, we don't. No, don't stop there. So stop. Why have you stopped there? Right, let's redo that. Sorry everyone, let's move forward a tad. What's going on there? It's being funny. Wheel slip. Well, yeah, but I want to go forward. There we go. There's another train coming in. Oh my god, go! See, these are the problems of the old trains. You faff for them to get them to behave. Everyone's on the platform could be laughing. I don't think the brakes are. Oh, hello, we're inside the Electro Star. There you go, it's finally just about got power. There we go. Right, let's move a little bit forward. We've still got wheel slip. Let's put a bit of sand down. That should help out. I don't think it helps out a lot in the game, but yeah, put that down. Sorry, everyone on the platform. Move it nice and slowly forward. Now we'll probably overshoot, won't we? A little bit more forward. Let's get the throttle off. And I'll be happy with... That's close enough. There we go, let's get that one on. Doors open. Right, here we're at Gillingham. That one's already off. We took so long to get in. Trying to 15:17 to London, so yeah, we must have just missed it by 20 minutes. Lovely. And the next station's Gravesend, so we're fast to Gravesend after this. Is alright. And yeah, if you're enjoying the video, do leave a thumbs up, and obviously do subscribe if you do want to see more. Obviously, daily TSW we do here on the channel, and soon enough we'll be doing Train Simulator as well. Right, let's get the doors shut. And then let's get going. Slowly release the brakes. We're on a gradient here, so we've got to be careful. Still getting wheel slip. I don't know how we're still getting wheel slip. Get a bit of sand down. Right, off we go. Bit odd, isn't it? There we go, slowly getting going. We got 8.9 miles to Gravesend, so not as far. But not as long as it took to get from here, well, from Faversham to Gillingham. Yeah, we're off again. Brakes seem to be dragging, don't know how. You can hear them, they're all dragging. That'll be alright. Alright, okay, we'll bring that down a bit more. Just gonna hold that on. Hold that on overcharge. Don't know, let's just continue. Should be alright. Right, we're now in the sort of proper core section now. Obviously between Gillingham and Rochester. As we weave our way through the Medway towns. Let's go full whack. Damn you, train. There you go, we go. Right, then going through Gillingham Tunnel. Which is just coming up now. Through we go. And the speed is 60 at the moment, and it does come down to 50 out the other side, and then actually down to 30 near enough coming into Chatham Tunnel. Cool. Right, almost out the tunnel now. And we're going about 40. So in fact, I'm going to coast it there. Yeah, I want to coast it. It's going to be weird not stopping at Chatham, because pretty much, well, on every service you have to stop there. So not stopping there is going to feel a little odd. Right, let's put that brake on, the loco brake. Just to slowly bring our speed down to 30. Well, that isn't really done an awful lot, so I'm going to put that one on a tab. Yep, that will be alrighty. Come on, a little bit more, train. Yeah, I can deal with that. I'll put that one back on. Right, then going into Chatham Tunnel. Very awesome, well, sort of very cool sort of section of the route going through here. So all the bridges and all the bits going over top and under. It's brilliant. And I believe at this point in time we are actually going downhill, so we will slowly pick up speed. So you've got to be careful. Right, here is Chatham Station, obviously the home of Dovetail Games. Here we go. Sort of just in a cutting, this station, isn't it? Cutting between two tunnels. Reminds me of St Leonard's Warrior Square, which is very much similar to this station. It's sort of in between two tunnels, obviously down on the south coast. Right, and then into Fort Pitt Tunnel. Very dark. Yeah, coming out now, and that'll be into the Rochester area. Obviously you go past Old Rochester Station, you can see the Rochester Castle and Cathedral there, awesome. Which I'm pretty sure Rochester must be a city, mustn't it? I'm pretty sure if you have a cathedral, like Chichester, that's a town pretty much, but because it has a cathedral it makes it a city. I need to look that up. Rochester. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. If it's a cathedral, then it's a city. Let's have a look at that now. So, Rochester. Oh, it's a town. Yeah, town. Got a 465 here. Look at this come in. Look at that. Brilliant. What's that? Oh, just a 4-car service. Cool. Obviously, this is the new station site, which apparently is actually already about 6 years old. Well, that looks really new, doesn't it? New and shiny. Seems like we are holding up another service. Sorry everyone. On to Charing Cross. That probably would have been that 465 we saw at Rainham. Well, should be, yeah, just behind us then. No, so yeah, it's just coming into Chatham. That is running late because of us. Oh well. Cool, sort of on the bridge and then over the River Medway. Which actually, the other day I only just realised the River Medway actually does. I thought it was sort of stayed in Kent, but it literally comes right over to where I sort of live. Obviously, you know, the very tiny little springs and tributaries of it, or tributaries. Yeah, obviously this is North Kent, but this thing goes all the way into sort of mid-Sussex. Which I really didn't realise until recently. And obviously it ends up here and then goes into the sea. Right, obviously up there's the Chatham main line, which we're not going on today. We're heading on to the North Kent line, I believe this one. The North Kent coastline. Yeah, down this gradient and then through to Strood. Lovely. Obviously, you start seeing the older signals now. Obviously, on the section between Rochester, well, that last junction there, and Faversham, obviously you see the new signals. I think it's part of the East Kent re-signalling programme. Obviously now on to this older bit here, we start seeing the much older signals. It's just a nice little detail. Oh, it's realistic, but it's just nice to sort of have it in the game. Right, very, very slow through Strood. And then it's Higham, and then it's Gravesend. But it's taking us around half an hour to get to here from just outside Faversham. That's not too bad going. And once we get into the tunnel, we can then put it back up to 70, which will be nice. Cool. through tunnel, 2,127 meters. So is that a mile and a half, pretty much? No, about a mile and a third. So a fairly long tunnel, this one. And there's two actually. There's Higham Tunnel and the Strood Tunnel. I don't know if that's 2,000 meters counts the whole thing. Probably not. Yeah, there's two tunnels. Obviously, there's a little gap in between us. This actually used to be a canal tunnel, believe it or not. And the little gap is where the canal boats used to pass each other. Because obviously, you know, in a canal boat going a mile would take, what, 20 minutes going through this tunnel. So obviously you don't have to be waiting, and obviously all the other ones waiting, and then, yeah, take quite a while to get through. Yeah, nice little fact there about the tunnel. Lovely. Yeah, slowly getting the speed back up now, finally. Definitely roaring through. Lovely. You can see the end of the first tunnel coming up when we get into the other tunnel. A long and dark tunnel. Still getting wheel slip, but the wheel slip light is still on. I don't know how we're still getting wheel slip. I don't know. I don't know if that's. I don't know. Is it bugged? I don't know. I don't know how it's still on though. I mean, maybe we are still getting a bit of wheel slip. We are full whack, so. But I'm sure if it was a bug, that would be sorted. So it's all good. Obviously, this is the place where the canal boats would pass. And into the next tunnel, which I'm guessing this one is Higham Tunnel. It's Higham, it's just out the other side. Yeah, so there's Higham Station here, and you get Who Junction. We'll see you can do a couple of freight services. And then obviously Gravesend's here, and then it's onto the high speed line, which obviously we can't go on. Well, we probably actually could go on the high speed line as we're diesel. But obviously that wouldn't be realistic. I know that does actually bring a good question. Has a diesel train ever ran on high speed one? And was it the class 60s or class 92s which run on HS1 for freight services from Dover? Obviously they're all specially built. But yeah, is there actually any diesel which has ever run on here? Right, going through Higham. Lovely. Through we go. And I've got a 377 there, which looks like it's slowing down for Higham. Yeah, what is everyone's favourite service to do on the South Eastern high speed? Do you prefer the Electrostar services? Obviously, to say Rainham, Gillingham, you know, the classic places. Or do you prefer doing the high speed run? Personally, I'd say I prefer doing the more classic, you know, in the Electrostar. Because obviously that's sort of how it's like, sort of where I live. Third rail Electrostar. So I prefer doing those services. But the high speed ones are brilliant as well. And obviously, even though they are high-speed services, they still are the longest ones on the route. It takes about an hour and 10 minutes to get from Faversham to St Pancras. And the loaded wagons over there, a couple of sheds as well in there. another shed there, so another 66. I believe they're just static, so they don't actually move. So I think there's 2 or 3 freight services which actually do a full line run. No, there's a freight service to Sittingbourne, which I'm still yet to do, so we might actually do that as a video, but I don't think I've done it. There's one down the Medway Valley line. They're the 2, and then I think there's a few sort of shunting ones as well. And this here is that canal we were on about earlier. I guess that's the same one which would have gone into Strood Tunnel. Yeah, here it is here, sort of just all now abandoned and not really loved anymore. It's cool to see though. Now we got a Javelin here whizzing along. Just the 10th anniversary livery one. Lovely. And we're coming down to 50 miles an hour, then down to 30. Right, let's coast that now, as the 50 isn't too far from here. So the wheel slip lantern's on though. Been a fun service though, this one. I'm seeing the 31, which I didn't realise actually could go this fast. I'm quite surprised. It's been good. Obviously, if you have enjoyed it, do leave a thumbs up and do subscribe if you want to see more of this type of content. Obviously, yeah, TSW2 we do every single day. I'll be down to 30 next. Just bring that down a tad more. The 50 starts in a second, as we come into Gravesend, which will be our final stop on today's journey. I love the way you can hear like the air sort of, I don't know, you can hear that this before the AWS goes off. Love that. Sort of in the older trains you can hear that. Obviously that was for the 30 board coming up, and then we should get one here actually. You can hear it's cool. This one obviously is for the 30. Lovely. Cancel that, and then slowly make our way into Gravesend Station, which is just upcoming now. I mean, look at all the arches through here. Brilliant. I suppose pretty much every street has its own bridge over the railway. As those these were probably built after, I guess. That's obviously some sort of newer bridge there from the 70s or 80s. It's quite cool though, because obviously nowadays when they build sort of near a railway, they won't really, well, they wouldn't make a bridge for every single road. Obviously it'd probably be a whole separate area, I guess. But obviously on these older, you know, when they built houses long ago, obviously, yeah, they pretty much did a bridge for every single road across the railway. Which then makes these awesome, you know, arches. Right, Gravesend coming up. Lovely. Making our way in. And we do have a red light at the end of the platform, so things do get serious. So So where do the services, obviously realistically, where do the Gravesend Platform Zero services go? They sort of just at peak time, or do they go somewhere completely different? Lovely. So obviously if you play the TS version of this route, through this station's actually fast tracks. Obviously it was only recent that they did actually make it, saying there was platform 0 and another platform here. So it does look almost completely different on the older version. It's cool to see the comparison though. Hey, talking about a freight service, well just a few minutes ago, look, here's one coming in now. So I suppose we'll probably actually stop at Gravesend, won't it? And then the player can take it over. I don't know if it does do that. Is it going to stop here? And I suppose you might be able to take it over. Is there a red light at the end? If there isn't, it will stop. Yeah, that one's going to stop. So you can take over a service from here. I suppose that one goes over to... I think this one's actually the Sittingbourne one. And it goes right over. Cool, nice to see that coming in. I mean, look at this. Rail tour service and a freight service together. Awesome. But anyway everyone, I think that does conclude today's video. Obviously hopefully everyone has enjoyed that, quite a long one. Obviously you will find a link in the description to the Discord server, to the PayPal and to the merch store. You'll see everything on screen now, which is available, obviously all available in multiple colours. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Thanks all for coming in, have a lovely rest of your day. Do leave a like, do subscribe if you do want to see more, and I hopefully will see you next time. See you all and take care. Bye guys.